All right, I'm going to make a quick video for all of my classes. So applied, essential, grade 12, grade 11, everybody who has Mr. Dirksen as a teacher. First of all, you should have received an invite to Google Classroom. Okay, so you should have joined by now. And so I'm going to show you the basics. I've talked about it already in class, but it's these three apps that you have to have. Okay, like to be if you have a phone, right? So there's um, Classroom, Adobe Scan, and Google Meet, right? The Google Meet is basically going to allow you to join conferences like live streaming. So if you go to Classroom, right, and you go to, let's say, your grade 11 applied, right there, that camera is gonna, as soon as you press that, it's gonna take you to the Google Meet app, and you're gonna be able to join class online. You're not gonna get an invite, you just join. Okay. And so let's go back to classes. I have a sample class that I'm a student of. So anyways, these three apps, some of you have asked, can I, oh, it's a little blurry, yeah, Adobe Scan. Can I use my own scanning tool? Yes, you can, as long as you can convert it to a PDF, okay? Because if you do a JPEG or a PNG or any other file, it's very hard for me to see it on the computer. Like if I zoom in, I can only see the top half of your work, and that's not good, right? I need to be able to see everything. Okay, so this is how you should go about it. So let's say you check on a daily basis, you check your Google Classroom, you go to My Class. I would always say tap class work, okay? And there just happens to be an assignment. It should also be somewhere on your notification that this is due, right? When you see all of your classes, there should be something there that something is due. So this most likely for the most common application is going to be like I will give you some kind of question, a little quiz. If you're at home, you do it at home. You answer it, and then you want to submit it to me always over Google Classroom. Okay, so let's say there is a quiz or a sample assignment. You tap it. The questions you most likely will see here. I may add it here as a PDF as well, so you can like scroll up and down. But now it's time to upload it. Okay, so your work is down here, right? So you tap that. You want to add an attachment. Don't mark it as done without submitting anything. That doesn't help anything. I don't see anything. So there's a bunch of options here. A lot of you would use the camera at this point. I want you to choose a file. Okay, what file? Well, you haven't scanned anything yet. So let me just exit this app. I'm going to go into Adobe Scan. And right at the beginning, it's going to give you a bunch of options what to do. Just get it started. And I'm just going to scan this document. Okay, so obviously you're not going to see the whole thing on here. That's okay. So I'm going to scan it. And then you should click continue. Obviously adjust the borders. Make sure you can see everything, right? And now you have a little bubble there that shows you have one sheet scan. So I'm going to flip this over. Let's say you have 2 pages or 3 pages, whatever. You scan that, right? You scan that and obviously adjust the borders. So if it's not recognizing the whole thing, you want to include the whole thing, tap continue. And now you have 2 pages. See down here, there are 2 pages showing up, and that's good. So when you're done, let's say you're done scanning, you tap on those pages. You want to label it something, right? So your name is a good idea to start with, and then sample. I will just call it sample, okay. And then you press save as PDF. I don't know how, I don't see it very clearly on my screen here, but there's save as PDF at the top right. So you save it. It's going to save it, and as soon as it goes to this screen, it's going to try to identify, recognize text. That's not important to us. We're just going to go back to Google Classroom, okay? See, I mentioned file. Now you're going to do that, okay? So you're going to press file, And this is where it gets tricky. You may, the screen you see at first will vary. So at the very first time, you're gonna have to figure this out. Most likely, the temptation is gonna be like, oh, it's right there. It's just gonna be there. There's nothing there. Okay, there's nothing there. It's actually whatever is there is I'm not even able to choose that. So all you do is go back and then go back to browse. So I'm in browse down here. This is an iPhone, so Android folks, you're gonna have to kind of figure it out on your own. And I had to undo this, but you will most likely have like a red little dot here with a drop down arrow where you're gonna be able to pick Adobe Scan. Okay, I had to go and undo it, and it doesn't show up because I already have the app on my phone, so it doesn't recognize it as a new location. But this is it's gonna look similar. So I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna go edit, and you should see Adobe Scan like that. You turn that on. I will be pressing done. You most likely won't have to. But after you turn it on, it will be there permanently. Okay, so then you go Adobe Scan again, and you look for that file here. I have a bunch of files, as you can tell. I'm just going to go look for, I believe it's going to be at the right there, the sample. See, there's that file that I've created. I'm going to tap on that. It's going to upload it, so you have to wait a little bit there, and then wait again until it shows up there. Okay, once it shows up there, then you turn it in. Okay, you turn it in and wait a little bit until you get a notification saying you did turn it in. Now it's there. You can unsubmit, but as soon as the deadline is passed, you will not be able to unsubmit anymore. So the idea is, as long as the deadline hasn't arrived, you can kind of make changes to your document. Okay. Once we are done the quiz, I won't allow you to resubmit, obviously. Okay. So there it is. I hope this helped you. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit of, but always go to class work. Okay, that's the key here. Class work. You should be able to see all of the postings I have on here in order. This is just one little thing here. I hope this helped you. Okay, there's a few things around us. So some of you are using a laptop computer. If you want to scan it with a phone, right, with the Adobe Scan tool, what I would recommend is, if you want to use a computer to upload things, is you share and you share a copy. Okay, that's what you tap, share a copy. If you just do email, it's just going to do a link. Share a copy, and then you choose to email, and then email it to yourself. You download it onto your computer, and then you upload it onto the Google Classroom and submit your assignment that way. However, if you do have a phone, I would suggest submitting just using your phone. It's a lot easier, but there it is. So that's the way to do it if you're using a computer. So I hope this helped. It's an 8-9 minute video, so it's worth watching, so you know in the future how to do it. All right, good luck.